Eric Clapton is widely regarded as one of the greatest guitarists in music history. But when he quit the Yardbirds, his former bandmates sure as hell weren't singing the blues. Why? It's a good question. As you might think from Clapton's reputation that any musician would be over the moon with a chance to collaborate with him. And at first, that seemed to be the case for the Yardbirds, who were already on their way to the big time in 1963, when Eric Clapton joined the band at age 18. The Yardbirds soon became the house band at London's legendary Crawdaddy Club, taking over from the Rolling Stones and playing with blues legend Sonny Boy Williamson. In 1964, they landed a record deal with EMI's Columbia Records. It all seemed to be going great. There was one problem though: Clapton. Despite his exceptional musicianship, he wasn't getting along with the other band members. Drummer Jim McCarty once explained, "Eric had these R&B mod songs he wanted us to do. Him leaving was a relief. Eric would be sitting in the van not talking to anyone. You'd think, he's so moody, he's such a pain, we're fed up with this." McCarty did praise Clapton for being a dedicated musician who was always enthusiastic about performing. But Clapton was a strict disciple of the blues, and once he realized that the Yardbirds were slightly more geared toward a pop trajectory, the rift forming between him and his band became increasingly obvious. Chris Drea later said,
You had Eric, who was a complete blues purist, and he had his road kind of mapped out.
Ultimately, it was their very success on the pop charts that convinced Clapton to quit. On March 25, 1965, the Yardbirds released their new single, For Your Love. The 3-minute pop tune was the last straw for the blues-loving Clapton, who quit that same day. For Your Love would go on to reach number 1 on the UK charts and number 6 on the US charts. But by then, Clapton was gone, as it was apparent to everyone that he wasn't a proper fit for the band's ambitions. It was most apparent, in fact, to Clapton himself. He later revealed that he felt he had joined the band for the wrong reasons, and once he got serious about making music, the Yardbirds were no longer for him. He said, "I was fooled into joining the group, attracted by the pop thing, the big money and traveling around and little chicks. It wasn't until after a year and a half that I started to take music as a serious thing." Despite the obvious appeal of the rock star lifestyle, the young and ambitious musician had higher aspirations that, in his mind, transcended what the Yardbirds had to offer him. It wasn't easy though. In 1989, Clapton revealed that sticking to his guns came with a price: loneliness.
I feel like I'm too purist, or I'm part of a dying tradition, like a dinosaur of the blues.
Still, for the young guitarist, the experience with the Yardbirds proved to be a valuable one, as it helped him clearly distinguish what he wanted from his career and what he didn't want. And Eric Clapton's departure from the Yardbirds turned out to be a good thing in more than one way. Not just for the sake of personal fulfillment and harmony in the band, but also for the sake of music history. After announcing that he was quitting the band, Clapton suggested that the Yardbirds replace him with a guy he knew by the name of Jimmy Page. Page initially turned down the offer, but he had his own suggestion for Clapton's replacement, a guitarist by the name of Jeff Beck. Beck ended up joining the group. After a short but celebrated stint, he left and was replaced by Page in 1966. The Yardbirds officially dissolved in 1968, but their short lifespan was something of a catalyst for 3 of the most revered musicians of the 20th century. Beck is one of the most influential guitarists of all time, while Clapton went on to form the iconic band Cream before becoming a revered solo act. And after the Yardbirds broke up, Page tried to keep the group going by forming the new Yardbirds. After one of the former band members threatened legal action, though, Page changed the group's name to Led Zeppelin. None of which may have happened if Clapton hadn't quit the Yardbirds. Seems like everything worked out pretty well in the end for everyone.